what's an old YouTube intro that I can copy?
How's it going, everyone? Flashbang here.
So 4 days ago, I stumbled out of my bed with a beating head and, oh shit, bars. And basically what I did was I asked you guys to ask me questions so I could answer them on my second channel video. And that's what this video is. So I asked across all platforms that I could for you guys to ask me questions, and these were the questions that you asked me. Alright, so the boy in the media asked, when the fuck did Quiet have a kid? Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and unfollow and block. There you go. So my boy Swirl asked if I had a YouTube crush, and it's ironic that he asks it because he's actually my YouTube crush. TTTTTTTTTTTKD asked me what my full name and address is, and my full name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 308 Negra Oriole Lane. This is stupid. Okay, let's get on to the actual questions now. My boy Octavian asked me, how/why did you start doing YouTube? Now, this is something that I've mentioned briefly before, but basically, I started doing YouTube because I was just kind of bored. It's always something that I've had an interest in, and I've always wanted to do. And during the pandemic, for those of you who don't know, there was a 2020 pandemic. But during the pandemic, since there was literally nothing else I could possibly do, I started doing YouTube videos, and now we're here. Ifa Saifa also asked something similar with what made you decide to make a YouTube channel. Also, is it challenging for yourself to create ideas and topics about a bit? Fuck me! What made you to decide to make a YouTube channel? Also, is it challenging for yourself to create ideas or topics for a video essay? I already kind of answered the first part of this question, but finding topics is not necessarily the hard thing. The harder thing is finding topics that people will click on. Obviously, since YouTube's such a broad spectrum, there's such a wide variety of people, you will always hit somebody, but the problem is finding that large batch of somebody so that your content is dispersed to the most amount of people. That doesn't mean that I won't cover something if I think it won't get any views. I think the video I'm working on now has a decent chance of either flopping or succeeding, but it's more incentive, I guess, to do the thing that people will watch more. I have a lot of goals and aspirations with this channel, but first I gotta get it off the ground. And it's hard to get it off the ground if every video I make just keeps flopping, you know? Corona Kirasame asks, was there any in particular inspiration behind the bandana and shades? I think it's just generally a neat look. Now, no, there was no inspiration at all. The two men on screen were definitely not known about at all. Actually, they didn't exist. They copied me, actually, the two men on screen. So, you know, there was no inspiration behind. Red James commentator 9326 asks, what's some advice you would give to even smaller YouTubers? Now, this is actually a surprisingly easy question, and it's do literally anything you want. The only, and I mean the only way you are ever going to be able to find your audience is by first finding yourself. And that's kind of corny, but I mean, it's true. Eventually, and it's not going to happen immediately, so don't get your hopes up, but eventually what you're doing will kind of find you and you'll connect with it. And then that will lead to you reaching your primary demographic. So that's my answer for even smaller YouTubers in that 100 sub range. Just literally do whatever you want. Until you find your groove, that is. Loaf Yof asked me what my favorite pizza topping was. So it's pineapple and ham. If you think pineapple and ham isn't good, you should be sentenced to fucking life in prison. My boy Issa asked, are there any YouTube videos that you have planned in your head that you can't make currently, but will definitely make in the future? And maybe explain why, i.e. too niche of a topic or even budget reasons. King XB the movie 2025, Smosh reference. And typically what stops me from making a video that I know I do want to make eventually is just it would halt all production of other videos. Like, I have one project that I plan on releasing in December, and that is the only project that I am putting that far in advance, because I don't want anything to overshadow or take control that will take that away from me. And yeah, I got a lot of YouTube videos planned for the far future, just stuff that I kind of want to cool down, or stuff that I maybe think I could use a little bit more time thinking of and planning out. And usually budget isn't too much of a concern. I will say that December video that I'm talking about, I'm definitely gonna sink a decent chunk of change into. YGG Drasil 2. By the way, this guy has been here for a fucking long time. So I just want to say, man, I know you have been here for a fucking long time, so it's really, really nice to see that you stuck around. What is a type of topic that you want to cover but haven't yet? I have an overflow of topics, and the only reason I haven't covered some of them is just because I don't think it'll click for certain people. This isn't a topic that I haven't covered, but I'm kind of disappointed I can't really do more, and it's movie reviews. My last movie review, which was the TASM 2, flopped pretty hard. Now, whether it's because I didn't tag it and format it correctly, or because it's too saturated of a topic, I'm not sure. But movies tend to not do that well on my channel, and that's fine. I'm more interested in YouTube culture anyway. I'm gonna try and cheat around that in February. I've got a YouTube movie that I'm reviewing, but overall, I guess I would say, yeah, movies are a type of topic that I wish I could cover more, but I haven't necessarily. Pseudoscience says, are you French? I'm just wondering, because you sound kind of French. Tais-toi, stupide salope. Inside YT asks, where/what did you learn your thought process through? I'm assuming this is talking about my thought process when writing. I don't know. I just kind of shot the shit for a really long time, and eventually I found my groove. What's your favorite food ever in anything from Anthony? My favorite food is ceviche, or cowboy caviar for all of those who would call me a taco head. Yeah, ceviche con camarón y pulpo. Ceviche con camarón y pulpo. Pulpo. Fuck! Basically, it's like tomato sauce and stuff with shrimp and octopus. That shit is yummy as fuck. Goldpelp3250 asked, dogs or cats? Now, I've always looked at this question as, if I was living alone, what animal would I have? And that kind of makes this question easier for me, because I'm actually allergic to cats, and I love cats, but if I'm gonna have to spend every single day in the house with one, I'm gonna pick a dog, because I don't want to die yet. Zenful333 asks, do you smoke 12 Hofhassels? And then that was followed up with Sinful4569, do you smoke 12 David Hasselhoffs? I think we're gonna end it there. Thanks for asking questions, guys. I appreciate it. This will be out soon, and adios.